Let's now interact with our contracts. All right, so I'm going to make this script active now. All right, so we've done a whole lot of changes here. So we need to pass the right parameters to this start arbitrage function. So few things we'll need. Let me get the router address of all the dexes. Just going to copy them and paste them in this script. It's easier to call them that way. We'll also need the USDC contract address. So let's try and play arbitrage on with USDC pair. Now we need to import the struct. This struct, so that we can populate it in our script. So over here, we have this struct. We are going to import it from Multi-dex bots structs. Yeah, public arbitrage params equals this struct. It will contain all the parameters we want to pass in here. Alright, so we need to populate here now. So let's play with USDC pair. I'm going to populate it like this. Alright, so over here, our struct takes asset parameter USDC. So asset parameter is what we want to borrow from having the USD the flash loan assets we want to borrow from Aave, which is USDC. The amount we want to borrow is 1000 USDC. So 10 raised to power 6 here converts our 1000 USDC to the right decimal. Unlike other ERC20 tokens, USDC has 6 decimals. All right, user address is our wallet, is the wallet we want the profit of the arbitrage to be sent to. I don't like keeping it this way. Let me just quickly define it as a public address. Here, user wallet. I'm going to take this over here. Comes here, the user wallet. So we pass this in user wallet. Then the latest price, as at the time of recording this video, it's about 1,800 USDC. That's one worth or one ETH. Now, path defines how we want to swap. So our first DEX will take USDC and swap it to worth for us. Then the second DEX will take worth and swap it back to USDC. That's why we have 3 token addresses. Path. DEX's path is the DEX we want to use. We want to use Uniswap V3 first, then alien base. These are the swap, the router of each of them. Let me show you where I got the DEX's path from. You remember over here in the contracts, we're assigning code to each of the DEX. So for Uniswap V3, we gave it 0, Aerodrome 1, Pancakeswap 2, alien base is 3, Sushiswap 4. So these are the code we are referring to here. So 0 stands for Uniswap V3 and alien base is 3. Now these are their router addresses. Now the pool fees, the way Uniswap V3 works, and alien base is also a fork of Uniswap V3. You have 1 or 2 pools for each pair. So if I want to swap, I want to play with wet USDC, there will be like 1 or 2 pairs that charges different fees, or in which I can swap my USDC to worth. So there's I think there's another pool that charges as much as 1000 basis points in fees. This pool that we are going to swap in is 500, charges 500 basis points. The same thing for alien base too. As I said, I'm going to leave the link to the doc, so you'll see other pools which you can play with and pricing. You can also get the pool fees from Gecko Terminal. I'm going to leave the link to this website in the description below. Just ensure that you're on the base blockchain here. Then it gives you options to search for the pair you're interested in. So in this case, you're interested in Worth USDC. It should be one of the top pairs here. All right. Yeah, I've seen one here. I'm going to click this one, and it's on Aerodrome. So you can see the current price of Worth. When you scroll down here, you can see the information, the details of the pool. The pool address is this, and the tokens, Worth address and USDC. But what we are actually interested in is the pool fee, which is 0.05%. You just need to multiply 0.05% by 1 million. Then you get 500. And that's the basis points we are using for the pool fees. So for any pair you're interested in, just come here and search for the pair over here. Now, okay, so let's now pass our arbitrage params into the start arbitrage. So it should be okay now. That's perfect. We've passed the struct in. We are collecting USDC. We are taking USDC as our flash loan. So let's change this to USDC. And I think we are ready. It's just that I want us to console log some parameters here so that we'll be able to know what is happening when our contract is running. Now I've imported console from the Foundry library, so we can use console log to see the values of the parameters. Now we'll be interested in knowing how much our total debt is, the final amount from the dexes. So after we execute the arbitrage, what's the final balance before it now say whether it's profitable or not. So before it does this reverting, let's see what comes out. So here I've also added the amount after we do Uniswap swap. After we swap on Uniswap, what is coming out from it, which will be worth, the amounts will be logged out. Then on alien base 2, when we swap from worth to USDC, that's the final swap. Whatever comes out, it will also display it. So I think we are ready. Let's fire up our local blockchain. Okay, yeah. On this terminal, I'm going to run make anvil to start up. All right, it's on now. Then the next one is let's deploy our contracts by running make deploy. It's on. Then let's now start the arbitrage, and hopefully everything goes well. All right, now everything goes well. Our arbitrage actually took place, but it was unprofitable because you can see here the Uniswap amount out in worth is this. In alien base, after we swap from worth back to USDC, we have 998, but we are owing over 1000 USDC. So it's unprofitable. So everything works well. That's great. All right. So that's good. This is the breakdown of all the transaction where it started from. So you can see the details here. Each function we started with start arbitrage, flash loan simple, and it goes like that. Execute operation until the final thing here. All right. So at this point, all right, please feel free to play around with the parameters here. What I did is to use worth USDC pair. You can play with Coinbase, Bitcoin, and worth pair. Just play around with the parameters here. Play around with the routers too. We are swapping on Uniswap V3 and alien base. You can do Aerodrome and alien base. just make sure you're using the pairs that these dexes support and there's sufficient liquidity, right? So again, with your JavaScript, and I think that's the next point of call now. If you are quite comfortable with Node.js, JavaScript, or TypeScript, you can easily interact with these dexes and get real-time price from them, and you'll pass it in as the latest price just to calculate your minimum amount out. All right. So, but with the contracts we have now, you can do arbitrage. You can play around with arbitrage. Just yeah, we've implemented 5 different dexes. So it's just to play with your scripts and ensure that you have you monitor the prices real time. So that's about that with this video. Please, if you like the content, please make sure you like and you subscribe. It helps me to push out content like this. Thank you so much. And if you want me to maybe do another tutorial on the JavaScript for calling these contracts, if you really want that, but I think you can play with Grok 3, ChatGPT, and you'll probably get a good script to interact with these contracts there. All right, thank you, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.